Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we will break down the labyrinth of corporate filings to uncover the real story. Today we are diving into an amendment filing from Dycom Industries Inc. That might seem like a minor correction, but actually sheds light on a significant deal. Now this document is a bit of a follow-up and amendment to a previous report. Think of it as a correction to a typo in an important announcement. What happened here is that Dycom Industries Inc., which builds networks for telecom and utility companies, filed their initial report about a big purchase and then realized they used the wrong tag for one of the items. So this amendment is just to fix that tag, but the real information, the juicy stuff, is still in the original announcement that this amendment is referencing. So what is this big purchase? It's an agreement to buy a company called Power Solutions LLC. This is a pretty substantial deal for Dycom. They are paying for this company with a mix of their own stock and a whole lot of cash. The total sticker price is around $1.95 billion. That is a huge number. To give you some perspective on that price, Dycom is giving up about 1.01 million shares of their own stock, which they valued at around $292.5 million. The rest, which is a massive amount of money, will be paid in cash. This shows how committed Dycom is to this acquisition. They believe this purchase will significantly enhance their business. The deal is not a done deal yet. There are conditions to be met. These include getting approvals from regulators, especially under antitrust laws like the Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Improvements Act. They also need to make sure there are no legal roadblocks preventing the deal, and that all the parties have met their obligations. The agreement has an outside date, meaning they have until May 18 next year to close the deal or walk away if things don't work out. Now, the stocks they are using to pay for this acquisition are considered restricted securities. This means they can't just be freely traded right away. They will have specific transfer restrictions and need to carry special legends. Dycom is doing this by relying on an exemption from registration allowed under securities laws. Essentially, they are saying these stocks are being sold in a private placement to sophisticated investors, not to the general public. The amended filing also corrects a small administrative hiccup in the original filing by ensuring the right item number is tagged, specifically item 3.02, which deals with unregistered sales of equity securities. This is important because it confirms that the stock being used in the deal falls under specific selling rules. Beyond the acquisition itself, Dycom is also arranging financing to make this all happen. They have secured commitment letters for significant loan facilities. This includes a $1 billion senior secured term loaner facility and a $700 million 364-day senior secured bridge loan. They are also getting a $445 million senior secured term loan, a backstop facility. The idea behind these loans is twofold. The backstop facility will help refinance Dycom's existing debt, allowing them to tap into the acquisition loans. The acquisition facilities themselves will then be used to fund a chunk of the purchase price of Power Solutions, including paying off some of Power Solutions' existing debts and covering related fees and expenses. This highlights the scale of this acquisition and the financial maneuvers needed to pull it off. Now let's talk about the risks. Dycom is putting a lot of eggs in this one very large basket. They are facing general risks associated with any major acquisition. This includes the possibility of not getting regulatory approvals, delays in closing, or even the deal falling apart for other reasons. There is also the risk that conditions to closing might not be met. Legal challenges could arise post-announcement, and they might struggle to keep key employees from Power Solutions. The market reaction from customers, competitors, and employees is also a big unknown. Beyond the deal itself, Dycom faces broader economic headwinds. They are concerned about inflation changing government policies and laws that affect their business, like funding for infrastructure projects and tax laws. The availability and cost of materials, equipment, and labor are also major concerns. Plus, they have to deal with potential impairments of their assets, the impact of any future acquisitions or sales, and cancellations or postponements of their projects. Even weather conditions and legal or regulatory actions can significantly impact their business. So here is my take on all of this. Dycom Industries is undertaking a very bold move with this acquisition of Power Solutions. The sheer scale of the transaction, both in terms of price and the financing involved, suggests a strong belief within Dycom that this will be a game changer. They are betting big on expanding their capabilities and market reach through this purchase. The biggest strength here is the strategic intent. By acquiring Power Solutions, Dycom is likely aiming to gain significant synergy, create a more diversified business, and possibly achieve economies of scale. The use of both stock and cash also shows a balanced approach to financing and a willingness to share the upside with new shareholders. However, the risks are substantial. Acquiring a company of this size is inherently complex and fraught with potential pitfalls. Integration risks the possibility of key talent leaving, and the general uncertainty of merging two large organizations are considerable. The significant debt financing also adds another layer of financial pressure. If the expected benefits of the acquisition do not materialize quickly, or if the broader economic environment deteriorates further, Dycom could face serious financial strain. The company is also exposed to a wide range of external factors, from regulatory changes to raw material costs, making their future somewhat unpredictable. In conclusion, Dycom is making a strategic bet for significant growth. The success of this acquisition will hinge on their ability to execute the integration, flawlessly manage the substantial debt, and navigate the ever-changing economic and regulatory landscape. It is a high-risk, high-reward situation, and investors will be watching very closely to see if this massive deal pays off in the long run. Alright, that's our breakdown of Dycom Industries' latest filing. What's your take on this massive acquisition, and what do you think it signals for the future of the company? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.